What's up, everybody? You are tuning into the most popular show on Why We Love Horror. It is Versus. I'm JWMaher, and that's my boy Billy Cohen. What's up?
What's up, Johnny? Yo, what a week and what a movie we have for you, man. Holy shit. This is lit, man. This is lit.
Totally killer movie. It's the right time of year. We're just past spring break where, I went down and just wrecked it at spring break, just like you did. It's getting
I read
warmer.
lots of things at spring break, let's be honest.
It's getting warmer. Women are taking their clothes off. People are drinking, they're day drinking. And like, what better way to celebrate this time of year than a little film ITN Distribution put out? It's a sequel, I guess, because they put a 2 after a movie they already made. Not sure how the movies are related, but this is Lake Fear 2, The Swamp. No lake, a swamp.
Well, hello. Everyone say hi. I'm ready to have some snacks.
Hey, you stoked we came?
Not a good idea.
Everything good?
Hey.
Let's go. One foot in front of the other, guys. Let's go.
Hey, we cannot go in there.
Just hold on, guys. I'm gonna check it out.
Based on true events? No, it isn't. I call bullshit. This was based on true events right off the top.
So, John, I know that this is not a real sequel, but do you know why they call it Lake Fear 2? Because there is never a scene, there's never a moment where there's not 2 fine titties just on screen, man.
It's true, man. I mean, most ITN Distribution films, especially recent ones, for some reason, they shy away from nudity for some reason. I guess they want to appeal to 12-year-olds.
Oh,
But
this one isn't shy about shit.
This movie, every girl is getting naked. Don't worry. If you're like, wow, I'd like to see her naked, just stay tuned. She will get naked, like fully in this movie.
This movie is 80 minutes long, and 60 of those minutes is full with titty.
Anna, my love.
Yes.
Can you love me? Of course.
Pretty much. So some people will enjoy this movie.
60 titty. There we go, baby.
Definitely. There could be upwards of 60 titties in this movie. A little bit of a synopsis. So, like, we left the first movie with Remington surviving, saying "fuck you" to the camera. The last thing we saw was Remington going "fuck you," and he was by the lake. Now we're in Florida, and I guess the Everglades are just one gigantic lake, so maybe that's how they're getting around it. But it's definitely not a lake; it's definitely a swamp. And there's no ghosts.
I mean, to be fair, man, like maybe they were trying to be like, hey, Lake Placid has alligators, this has alligators, but we're not going to show any fucking alligators. It's like, who cares? Titty, man.
Outside in the shower next to a pretty girl is yourself.
So anyway, it
And they
opens
ran
up.
out of grass. 'Cause
Opens
there's no
up.
weed in this movie.
Yeah, no, there's weed.
You just save our lives.
Put this in a waterproof container.
I
There's
guess
weed.
so.
The
All
dude
right.
has the waterproof canister of weed, right?
That's true. I forgot
And
about
he
that.
rolls a joint, and he's the stoner character. It doesn't really
How did you do that?
Drink it.
Isn't it beautiful?
Hey, how did you
Oh,
fit
oh,
that in?
matter like who the characters are, because the only there's no characterization. There's the one girl that uh, participates in the hot body contest. That's her whole character. One character is pregnant.
Which I call bullshit on that one because, like, man, the woman to her right had finer titties.
Yeah,
And
the
somehow
one.
the one who was like, somehow the one who got paid more had was the winner. It's like, really?
Yeah, and I think they were just
Whatever,
doing
man.
that. There's a scene in the bar where like it's basically just indecent exposure in the bar for like a good 10 minutes. I think they just did that because Linnea Quigley is the bartender, and they were just paying homage to Linnea Quigley, who I have to say in this movie, unrecognizable.
How often do you come here? We come here every year. We do the same thing every time.
Like,
Unrecognizable. I wouldn't have even guessed it was her if I didn't see her name in the opening credits. She's in the movie for a hot 45 seconds. And if you blink and you'll miss her. She does play the bartender in the
guarantee
bar.
she was still higher paid than all those other dumb fuckers.
Fuck yeah, I don't think those other people got paid.
They got paid in blowing titties, baby.
So 10 friends in Fort Lauderdale. Here they get a hot tip after a day drinking on the beach, going to the bar, participating in the hot body contest. The one girl who definitely would have lost any regular hot body contest wins.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about hot tips a lot in this movie.
And they get a hot tip from the bartenders like, hey, you know what's a fun thing to do in Florida? Go into the Everglades, like where you'll see snakes and alligators and all kinds of shit. And there's even a contest that if you catch snakes, you can win $500. And like that's mentioned in the beginning of the movie. It's mentioned in that scene, and it's never mentioned again.
The site of this year's annual python capturing contest, where hundreds of people will gather to earn up to $500.
That's not necessarily true, because it is mentioned like at one point in the bar where they say, if I catch one snake, that's going to pay for the entire trip, which means that this film takes place in 1987.
That was the second time they mentioned it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And they get to the airboat tours, and they're like, "Oh no, we can't take out any airboats. Even though the weather's fine, they're like the weather's bad."
I hate to tell y'all guys this, but because of the bad weather, we've shut down for the day.
And the weather never gets bad. The weather never gets bad, but the weather's bad. And the one guy's like, "Oh yeah, but we know your cousin. Your cousin sent us from the bar." And he's like, "Oh, you know what? Fuck it, let's go." But little do we know that this airboat, and I guess the bartenders in that one bar in Fort Lauderdale are in on some weird. It's not human trafficking because they don't really go anywhere. It's just like it's a redneck murder house in the Everglades.
A lot of people have been injured out here, and it's been said that a few have died.
And
it's kind of like The Hunt, but for douchebags.
Yeah, it is The Hunt for douchebags.
For guys who look like this.
So the airboat captain, whose name I believe is Henry. Yep, Henry takes them out. He has a heart attack.
Maybe we can guess.
Hey, fucking open it!
Just try it.
Shit!
After he tells him like, "Oh yeah, there's that house out there, and it's bad news. Don't go to that house," which is weird since he's the reason why the house is bad news because he doesn't really have a heart attack. He fakes the heart attack so he can bring his redneck sons.
They were sure I did. They even felt me, and everything. I got them good.
Daddy, you got real good at that. You need to teach me that one of these days, Daddy. I want to be able to fake a heart attack.
Experience, son. Experience. You'll learn.
Yes, sir.
Back after
Sons, lovers, we're not sure.
Brother, son, uncles, they bring them all there under the cover of night, and it is just it is like Jason Statham and Homefront level, no resistance from the protagonists. They cut through them like a knife through air. Like it is there is no resistance. Like no one fights back, knows what's happening. It's fucking bleak. It's bleak, but it's bad.
Yeah, it's like it very quickly turns into Deliverance without the banjo player, man. And at the end of the day, I kind of miss the banjo player. I'm just like, if you want to talk about hot tip, let's talk about the hot tip scene here, man.
There is an extended shower scene, an outdoor shower, which I guess just groundbreaking stuff. And one of the ladies gets into an outdoor shower, and she showers for a good portion of the movie.
That was priceless.
Meanwhile, the rednecks are killing everybody. But I think we're burying the lead here, Will. There is a sexual assault scene in this movie. Not that you would think. I mean, you have all of these girls here, and they're like at the mercy. No one sexually assaults any women in this movie. So feminists would be happy
There's
to know.
There's one that almost happens.
Yeah, he can, and you think he's gonna, and they make every impression that he's gonna, but he chooses to just
chicken out.
He pusses out, and he
100%.
and he kills her with a hammer. But one of the guys gets chloroformed and dragged away, and then that guy is
gets
the
an
victim.
apple shoved in his mouth and sodomized.
I know you're scared, but guess what? It's all gonna be okay. I know you're not scared of a little cornhole, and no, sirree, Bob.
Yeah, and it's hey, you might be like me, and that might be a fear of yours, like that some redneck might have his way with you, but it's quick, and the redneck seems to kind of have remorse right away while he's doing it, because I don't even think he finishes. It's like 5 pumps and then he stabs the guy.
So John, you know what I just realized here, man? We have a guy named Henry and who does some cornholing. This is just fucking great.
Well, Henry isn't the cornholer, but Henry does support cornhole.
It doesn't matter, but we still have a guy named Henry in there in those cornhole. The symmetry is fucking brilliant.
Paying homage. This movie came out in 2016, so prophetic. I don't know if it's homage. It's prophetic. And then, yeah, we've literally told you the whole movie. They go to the house, and then these rednecks just come, and it is like shooting fish in a barrel for like a half hour.
Except we're absolutely burying the lead on the end here, man.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
We do have one character who her whole character arc is she's pregnant. That's it. She's pregnant. And then in the final scene,
she's pregnant, and she denies to everyone else that she's pregnant.
Yes.
Which is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
But somehow the rednecks know she's pregnant. I don't know how they figure it out. They never explain how the rednecks know, but because there's no way.
Here the way I'm going to guess is because they had the pregnancy test right there.
But the pregnancy test was in the bar.
Right, but who sent everyone to the shack?
All right, we'll give them credit that they maybe figured that out. But then in the final scene, they're like, we haven't offended enough people with this misogyny and rape and all this stuff. Can we make the rednecks even though there's no mention of it anywhere in the movie in the first 77 minutes. In the last scene, they are Satanists. They are Satanists now. And they strip the pregnant girl naked. They put her upside down on a cross, and they put a blood cross on her forehead, and they cut the baby out of her and throw it into the campfire.
Roll credits. And quite frankly, that baby didn't even look like a baby. It looked like a fucking xenomorph.
It looked like a pound of bacon. It looked like a pound of bacon that he just grabbed and threw into the fire. But that's it. And honestly, there's plenty of movies that come to mind that are the bad guys just have get little to no resistance, and then no one survives. All the Wrong Turn prequels do this formula, but those characters kind of they're trying to fight back. They just can't. This movie, it never even gets to the point that anybody has a chance to fight back. Even when they drown the one guy, it's like he can't even fight back. It's so fucking weird to me.
And like, all these dumb fucking kids are exactly like the writers. They have no fight in them. They're just confused as to what the fuck is going on.
Oh, but the stoner character does drop his phone in the swamp. He is not killed by the rednecks. He is asphyxiated by a Burmese python.
Fucking Everglades!
While the rednecks just laugh their asses off at it.
Yeah. So that's it. That is Lake Fear 2, The Swamp. Yeah, any final comments before I throw up our ratings video, Will?
Titties. All right.
I was a little more. I mean, I'm not positive on this movie. I'm not positive on this movie, but like I was saying to Will before we went on air, this movie is like whoever the producers are, whoever created this story, were like, we'd love to do an homage to 80s horror movies, 80s slashers. I haven't seen any. Do any of you have like a dad or like an uncle that could tell us about it? And then they went and found their uncle, and they were like, Uncle Bob, tell me about Friday the 13th Part 3. Tell me all about that. How did that go? And then they let the guy talk for 20 seconds, and they cut him off, and they were like, we got it. And then they made this movie. That's Lake Fear 2. But that being said, like, there's some good practical effects, I guess. It's not horrible. It's not as offensive as other ITN movies, but it's not good by any stretch of the imagination. And I would have liked a little bit. They don't need to win, but they need to fight back. 1.5 videotapes out of 5. Will?
Look, if you're going to have wanton rape and violence, just add some nuance. All Deliverance was wanton rape and violence. And it worked. You had wanton rape in The Accused. At least it was nuanced. You had that kind of shit in Taxi Driver, for fuck's sake. It was nuanced. It's like these guys like watched these films.
No, they
said,
didn't.
"Hey, okay." They
heard about them.
They read the fucking Wikipedias of these films.
Yeah, I'll give that a maybe.
And said, "Hey, I bet we can do something like this." And then just forgot to look at the word nuance.
Yeah, like, we're making Deliverance.
We're making Deliverance, but we never learned how to play the fucking banjo. It's like, guys, you're incompetent. This movie was just nothing but incompetence. You just paid a bunch of women to show their titties, and that's it. You paid the guys just say the phrase bro and pussy, without actually understanding why a guy would say that. This movie has no nuance. It's just shock for shock value. And when that kind of stupidity is on display, this only gets one score for me. Half tape. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie hard.
Hey, we got one more Lake Fear movie, and it actually is the sequel. The movie that should be Lake Fear 2 is Lake Fear 3, and we're going to review that next week. This movie should have just been called anything else. It has no ties to Lake Fear. There isn't even a lake. Call it anything else. That being said, that'll make it to the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, please. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. Go to the Letterboxd challenge at this website. We're watching movies all year, and we'd love for you to join us. Schedule here is always the same. Sunday, my daughter's back at it. Why Liv Loves Horror. You can check that out. Monday, you're watching it. Eventually, years from now, you're going to go back and watch all these, and you're going to love them. Wednesday, Aaron Unwinds, still doing the Evil Bong franchise. This Thursday, we were going to cover Rosario, but that'll be a special edition. I can say that here because you're not going to know. But we are going to be covering Screamboat on Thursday. And then Friday, 2 episodes of Why We Love Horror Trivia. Until next time, I am JWMaher, and that is Will Cohen. This has been Versus. We'll see you next week, maybe.